Shalom, Israel. This is the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge, the ISUPK, command 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander in General Yohana. Since 1969, we've been letting the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians know who they are, giving them back their true identity, and that is the Israelites, God's chosen people, the Jews. That's who the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are. And since 1969, I repeat, we've been giving you identity, your identity back. We're going to continue this series, Salakia, named Esau Kept His Word Part 2. And we'll continue on with this series about who Esau is, because for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we, our identity is Israel, Israelites. And Esau is the oppressor. This is the so-called white man, the European, you know what I'm saying? Basically, Salakia. So we have to know who he is, because he's our main our arch enemy, basically, Salakia. We have to know who he is and why he is the way he is towards us. Him keeping his word is him having his hatred towards us. Him always it's just him having an itchy trigger finger when he sees so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians. It explains why police are so gun happy to gun us down, and you know what I'm saying? It goes on. The hatred they have for us is perpetual. And when you get into the scriptures, you know what I'm saying, our constitution of who we are and our records, our history records, you'll understand why he is the way he is. It's because of his forefather Esau. He hated our forefather Jacob. And that carried on through generations to generations into now in the year 2020. European people hate blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. No matter how cool Cody may be or Samantha may be, in their DNA there's a hatred they have for us. You understand? It's like when you see these rich people have a pet lion or a pet tiger, that instinct comes on to kill. And once it's on, it's on forever. That switch is on forever. And that switch is on, it's in them. You know what I'm saying? The scripture says, stay away from these people. I'm paraphrasing, we must. Look at Tiger Woods. Golf swing ain't never been right. You marry that damn German Shepherd. You know what I'm saying? So us as blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we have to understand that the reason why everything is the way it is between so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, Israelites, God's chosen people, and Esau, who is the oppressor, the European white people, why it is the way it is, and that it all starts from our forefathers, Esau and Jacob. So we're going to recap from the book of Numbers, chapter 20, verse 14. We're going to recap. Now this is at this time, this is when Moses led the people of Israel out of Egypt. They were going through the desert, you know what I'm saying? Just going through the desert, seeking a holy land, seeking their promised land. It was going through the desert years and years and years, and there was an easy way to go through the land of Edom. You know what I'm saying? To the kingdom of Edom. And you're going to we're going to read and realize how much hatred it came down, because from the time of Esau and Jacob all the way to Moses is a significant amount of time. Generations upon generations upon generations, you understand? And that same hatred that Esau had, he put in his children. So when Edomites see Israelites, it's hate. It's go time, it's on sight, and it's on them. It's always been on them. You know what I'm saying? But we as a people, we have to understand who we are. Between us two, it's the lion versus the hyena. Israelites are the lion. The hyena is the nasty, disgusting Edomites. But we have to realize by taking our power back, and taking our power back is taking our identity back. Living these laws, statutes, commandments. And then the Most High God will fight for us. But we have to get back into this. So let's start with the book of Numbers, chapter 20, verse 14. And Moses sent messengers from Kadesh unto the kingdom of Edom. He sent messengers, Moses did. You know what I'm saying? They stopped, they sent messages to Salakia. They stopped, Moses sent messages to the kingdom of Edom. You understand? He sent a specific message, and this message is very important. We're going to keep going, we're going to continue. Thus saith thy brother Israel, knowest thou knowest, Slaki, thou knowest all thy travail that have befallen us. Verse 15. How our fathers went down into Egypt, and we have dwelt in Egypt a long time, and the Egyptians vexed us and our fathers. Notice in this message, thus saith thy brother Israel. So Moses is acknowledging, knowing he knows the history, knowing he knows how his people got here, that the Israelites, all 12 tribes of Israel, from Jacob all the way down to Issachar, that we all came from a man named Jacob, and Jacob is the younger brother of Esau. You understand? Moses knows lineage. Moses knows his genealogy. So he knows that the people of Edom, the Edomites, he called them brother because he know we come from the same people. Esau and Jacob come from the same line, which is Isaac. And from Isaac, Isaac came from Abraham. So so Moses, he's expressing this in these letters, so he knows. We're going to keep reading. Salakia. And also, Salakia, he's expressing to the king of Edom, which is a European man, a white man today. He's expressing, he's letting them know, yo, you heard what's going on with us. You know our fathers, you know what I'm saying, our forefathers, Jacob, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Ephraim, Manasseh, not Manasseh's lot yet. Dan at the time, he was still a tribe. He was still there. Ephraim, what's that? Not Ephraim. He wasn't born yet. Zebulon. You know what I'm saying? Issachar. They came into Egypt. You know what I'm saying? They multiplied. They multiplied. They've been there for a long time. And the Egyptians vexed the Israelites because they hated us. Those Hamites hated us. They vexed us, and they started to oppress us because we was growing in number. The Pharaoh at the time, the Pharaoh after the Pharaoh who gave Joseph power, that Pharaoh died. And the new Pharaoh said he hated us. He told his people, yo, they're going to outnumber us and overpower us. Let's do something about it. So they put us as slaves. And so Moses is just paraphrasing little by little. Yo, we've been oppressed by these Egyptians. What he's saying in this letter. We're going to keep reading though. Salakia. Verse 16. And when we cried unto the Lord, he heard our voice and sent an angel and have brought us forth out of Egypt. And behold, we are in Kadesh, a city in the outermost of thy border. So in this message, he's letting Moses is letting the king of Edom, who was a oppressor, a European or a white man today, he's letting them know, yo, we've been through a lot. We're outside your border. Understand? He's gonna ask this king. He's gonna ask this king for a favor. Understand? He's asking this Edomite, this oppressor, soon to be oppressor. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Soon to be oppressor. This European man, this white man, he's gonna ask him a favor. He's writing everything in the letter. He's being humble. He's basically like, yo, it's an act of desperation. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say an act of desperation, but like hoping that I'm letting you know what I'm going through, you would have mercy on us. We had the most powerful nation in the world before the Most High God destroyed them on our necks, oppressed us for over 400 years. Our Lord freed us. We are wandering the desert because the Most High God demands us to. We can get where we got to get through by crossing your city, right at your border. I'm not going to give too much up. So let's get to verse 17. Let us pass, I pray thee, that thy country, we will not pass through the field or through the vineyard, neither will we drink of the water of the well. We will go by the king's highways. We will not turn to the right hand, nor turn to the left, until we have passed thy borders. So this is the favor Moses asking this Edomite man, you know what I'm saying? Moses, knowing that we come from Isaac, both Israelites and Edomites come from a man, they both come from Isaac, because Isaac had Esau, who's the progenitor of Edomites, which is the European man, and Jacob is the progenitor of the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, who are the Israelites today, according to the Bible. According to what the Bible says, the identity markers of these people are we all these chosen people. There's no denying it. You understand? You got books written that support the claim that you can go back to this Bible and line up to those books of yo, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are the chosen children of Israel. Understand? So Moses, knowing that we come from the same stock, acknowledges the king as brother, telling them we went through a lot in the land of Egypt of our captive of these Africans. You understand? Hamites. We've been through a lot over 400 years. Understand? We are tired. I'm asking you, can we cross through your country? We won't drink water. We won't bother nobody. We won't take food. We won't cross your vineyards. We will go on a highway. You understand? We will walk on a highway. You know what I'm saying? The highway's dangerous. I mean, now it's dangerous, but who could imagine another highway? You know what I'm saying? We will go away unfavored, but just to save the time, it's going all the way around. Where actually you can cut through your country. This is the favor Moses is asking the king of Edom at the time. He's asking him this favor, and we're going to see if the king of land of Edom is going to have mercy. Is he going to be compassionate? Is he going to see Moses as a brother? Understand? And how it correlates from then and now. So let's continue reading. Verse 18. And Edom said unto him, Thou shalt not pass by, lest I come against thee with the sword. So the answer is no. King Edom said no. Not only did he say no to Moses, who Moses addressed him as brother, to Moses basically poured out his heart, letting him know what we've been through as a people, letting him know that we won't bother you. We just want to go past. Understand? We'll take the highways. We won't look left. We will mind our business. We'll hold our heads down going through your land. You know what I'm saying? And humble ourselves just to get what we got to get. And this disgusting beast, this oppressor, this European man, this Edomite said no. Not only did he say no with a perfect hatred, or with a perpetual hatred. He said no. And let me read it again. Salakia. Thou shalt not pass by me. You will not pass by me. I don't want you nowhere near me. You know what I'm saying? The highway is a couple 50 miles away from my kingdom. You walking there means you're by me. And he says, Salakia, least I will come against thee with a sword. So if you come in my land, this oppressor, this man that Moses called brother, because Moses knows the history. And knowing this disgusting Edomite, this oppressor, this European, he knows the history too. He knows the history from the account of his forefather Esau, who was a disgusting liar. We got done reading in the first part that Esau's a liar on his brother Jacob. You know what I'm saying? And that lie and that mustard being passed generation to generation to this time we're reading right now in the book of Numbers, that the king of Edom knows that lie, that hatred in him. Because he said, I'll come after you with a sword. I'll come after you with death if you come past my borders. If you come in my land. Even though you're taking the highway, you know what I'm saying? A least favored way most likely it was, because Moses said, I'll take the highway. He said, I'm going to come after y'all with a sword. I will kill you. This is the hatred that these Edomites have for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. You understand? They want us dead. It's like, don't get it twisted. The oppressor is killing us. It's killing us. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure it's lucky. There is a murder of a black, Hispanic, Native American man that has not made national news. You know what I'm saying? Being killed right now, yesterday, will be killed. You know what I'm saying? Because who is a child of God by a cowardly policeman who feared his life, but yet you emptied the clip. Again, you know police protocol when it comes to that coward who killed those brothers and sisters, elderly brothers and sisters in Buffalo. You knew police protocol. But when it comes for a brother who's confused, no weapon, the first thing he knows to run, because that's his instinct. These damn beasts, these devils want me dead. And you unload on this brother. Understand? So this hatred is in them, and there's no changing that. That's why I advocate, and UPK advocate. If you're Black, Hispanic, Native American, man, stop trying to change these people. There's no changing them. Yeah, they come off like this. You can act cordial. There's nothing wrong with say, hey, what's going on? How you doing? I got time for you. It's nothing wrong with acting cordial, but don't get mixed up in their ways. Don't fall for the forked tongue. Don't be like them, man. Be a prince of power. Be Yasha, be an Israelite. Understand? Live these laws of the Most High God. Come back to your culture. They want your culture. They stole your culture. The Jewish man who's an Edomite. You know what I mean? Ashkenazi, Amalek. Oh, that's from Esau. You know what I'm saying? It's from Esau. His kids. They want your culture, black man. So you get back to your culture and realize who your enemies are and who your main enemy is. You understand? The dolphin fights the shark. Israelites the dolphin. Israel the dolphin. You know what I'm saying? Making a metaphor because the dolphin's 100 times smaller than the goddamn shark, who's a beast. All he wants to do is kill. Like the European man, they smell blood and they keep going. They don't know when to stop. They don't know what mercy is. But the scripture said they're gonna be more double what they did to us. And my thing is, don't cry. Don't cry. But you are gonna cry because your forefather Esau did like it was in Genesis, crying to a lie he told his father Isaac. Let's get back to the scriptures, man, because we gotta understand who we are as a people and realize that this man is this devil, this beast, kept his word. He hates us. He wants to kill us. Let's get down to it. Verse 19. And the children of Israel said unto him, we will go by the highway. And if I and my cattle drink of thy water, then I will pay for it. I will only, without doing anything else, go through on my feet. So he's proposing the same. He's asking again. You understand? He's asking again for a man you call brother, a man that just said, "Yo, if you come through, I'll kill you." But the children of Israel saying, "Yo, we'll go. Can we please go through? If our cattle drink water, we'll pay for it. We want nothing. We want nothing from your land but to go past. Can we pass your borders? Can we cross? Can we go across to our promised land? You understand? We want nothing. We will pay for it. We'll walk on foot. You understand? Like humbling ourselves to a nasty, disgusting beast who said, I will kill you if you come to this land. And this is the spirit they have today. The same spirit they have today. When you go to fill out an application, they tell you you're overly qualified because you're too damn good. You're too damn good to get that job. You're going to make me look bad. I want to hire my people. Get out of here. You understand? Get out of here. Or you get the job, they want to get rid of you. They're over your shoulder and watching everything you do. If you didn't cross that T, dot that I, put a comment inside. You know what I'm saying? They have this same spirit. They're not trying to kill you. They're trying to kill you spiritually and mentally. Understand? This is the spirit they have against blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. And we as people have to understand who they are and who we are. That we're on two different sides of the spectrum. You know what I'm saying? I'm paraphrasing. The scriptures say Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning. That says everything right there. Besides loving your brother, loving thy neighbor as yourself, and loving God with all your heart. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That says it all. Esau is the end of the world. Look at the world today. You know what I'm saying? Barakatah Yahweh Yahweh Shah. Because all this is biblical prophecy for our King Yahweh Mashiach come back. They come back, crack that sky open with 200 million chariots. The freest people. The freest people that are suffering like he did for calling himself an Israelite. Or suffering like he did for following his culture, his laws, his statutes, commandments of the Father that gave us that went to Adam, that went to Noah, that went to Shem, all the way down to Abraham, to Isaac, to Jacob, to the 12 sons, that became the 12 tribes of Israel, a mighty nation that God loves. You know what I'm saying? And we have to get back to that. But no one is G.I. Joe say no one's half the battle, but no one is what I like to say. and I want it to be true. Knowing is part of the battle, but like reading the scriptures, when you follow the Most High God and the promises that we will be protected. We'll be protected by the Most High God. We don't have to do nothing but follow these laws, these statutes, these commandments, and prove ourselves. Show ourselves approved through the scriptures. The Most High God will do it all for us. We won't have to lift a finger, nothing. You do 12%, the Most High God will do 88%. And that 12% is taking your culture back. Going to the doors of the IHU began to command and join your honor. Celebrating your feast days. You know what I'm saying? Not eating crab, not eating shrimp, not eating pork. You know what I'm saying? Not whoring out our women. Staying married. You know what I'm saying? We gotta take out our culture because this is what a black and Hispanic and a Native American man is supposed to do. Woman and child. To take our culture back. Let's continue reading though. It's a lot. We are on verse 20. And he said, Thou shalt not go past. And Edom came out against him with much people and with a strong hand. Understand? So Edom said a second time. And this time he's how do you say like this time? So you think I'm playing, basically. Verse 20 was saying, You think I'm playing. So he came out with a strong hand, with soldiers, warriors ready to shed the blood of God's chosen people. Oh, you didn't hear me. You can't get past. This man has no mercy, no nothing, and he's waiting for you. He's waiting for you to do something to justify him shedding the blood of God's chosen people. You understand? That's what verse 20 explained. And that's the same spirit these people had. You understand? Look at Karen. She's on the phone calling the cops because she wants to see a black and Hispanic and Native American man get gunned down by the police because she knows she has that power. Like that nasty, disgusting broad got Emmett Till killed. You understand? She has that power in North America, in Babylon, and Egypt, and Sodom and Gomorrah, which is spiritually, which America is spiritual. She has that power today. You understand? And that's something we have to avoid. And we avoid that by getting back to God's laws, statute, commandments. You know what I'm saying? This is what Esau is saying. That same spirit you read right here in verse 20, what he's trying to tell you, no. And he got his army ready to shed the blood. That same spirit these devils have. These devils have the same spirit. And we have to understand, we have to grow up as a people. We have to grow up spiritually. And when you grow up spiritually, the practical knowledge kicked in. You know what I'm saying? And it's knowledge that European people hate blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians. No matter what. Let's say in a Fortune 500 company, you make these devils millions of dollars, millions and millions of dollars in legal form or stock market. They hate your black behind. No matter how much you show them you're just like them, you like to party, do cocaine with them, talk like them, act like them, they hate you. You understand? They hate you. They hate your black behind, bro. Sis, you can't change them. You can't change that hatred. You understand? Like you've seen life that laws brother. Yes, boss. You know what I'm saying? You had brothers like that. What they call them? What they call them? The boom, like let's call him Uncle Ruckus. You know, I'm from the Boondocks. You have brothers like that, and still today, they call him Sambos. Yes, because Uncle Tom was a good, he was a righteous black man. I don't remember the history, but I know I can't say I don't remember history. I can't remember the retelling of the history, but the term Uncle Tom was misconstrued because Uncle Tom was a righteous brother during slavery. It's the Sambos. Those the ones who tell master what's going on. Those the brothers at work that tell on you be a brother. You know what I'm saying? Those the brothers. I believe the generals came up with spoke about these Sambo brothers today. It was probably General Muhammad or probably Commander General Yohana, one of the generals. But they was saying when a new brother or sister wants to get hired, they ask a brother and sister who's at that meeting. You know what I'm saying? Who's at that meeting and they ask them, should we hire them? You would think they would say, yeah, hire them. Hire them, because, you're a brother, brother. No, they say no. They say no. Because the Sambo brother, I forget the term, but since we call them Sambo sisters too, they hate you more than the white people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, it's sick because we as a people we keep that same spirit they had because we've been around them. We rub elbows with them. You understand? And this in the scriptures say don't do as they do. And it's sad to see your own brother and sister and they world and they crapping on you like they do. You understand? You have the same spirit as Esau. Because you want to conform, you want to sit at their table. But the table black, Hispanics, Native American Indians have is glorious, says the Lord. Being a chosen people, a prince of power, a princess of power, set to rule this world. You understand? Well, let's keep reading. Verse 22. And the children of Israel went the whole and even the whole congregation journeyed from Kedash and came unto Mount Har. So hearing this, not even hearing this, but seeing that they were denied entrance through the borders of the land of Edom. You seen the hate right there. That even though the time of Jacob and Esau, many generations, the time to when they got to Moses, that same hatred that Esau had for Jacob trickled down the generations to the time of Moses, and it's still here today. And the promise is in the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? The promise is in the scriptures of how Esau hates us because we are chosen. And the crazy thing is, you lied. And even that, you wasn't supposed to be chosen anyway, because the angel told Rebecca, the elder shall serve the younger, and Esau was born first. But here's the promise. Here's the promise that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans need to understand and realize and spiritually grow up. Grow up. You can't, no, grow up. You know what I'm saying? And if this don't convince you, you're a child. You're in denial. You like that. You like that. Understand? Here's Esau's word. Here's his promise. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. You know what I'm saying? Well, we at camp and we blazing on Esau. Let him know how disgusting he is. Tell him he's a cancer to this world. That the world would be better off without him. And then you have some dumbass Salakia Christian sister or brother trying to save them. Because that's Christianity. You know what I'm saying? Christianity is belief in the world that everybody come together. Yeah, everybody does come together. Chinese get together with the white man. The white man get together with the African. The East Indian get together with the Arabic. The Arabic gets together with the white man. The Chinese get together with the African. You know what I'm saying? But in all of them getting together, they all come together to oppress your behind, so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American man. You understand? They follow Esau what he does, even though these are all our enemies too. But Esau, he's the apex beast in the field. He's the most disgusting, most vile, disgusting thing in the field. So they're gonna follow him, and what he does is oppress us. So the Chinese are gonna oppress us in America. The Africans are gonna oppress us in America. The East Indians are gonna oppress us in America. You know what I'm saying? The Arabic is gonna oppress us in America. And then you have Christianity to make sure it keeps going because you have so-called black people always wanting to forgive. Always wanting to forgive and not seeking justice. That's Christianity. Where every other race of people, they want their justice. Oh, they want their justice. You know what I'm saying? And a simple fact in America, when the towers dropped, America got their justice. Ain't you an American black man? Or did you forgive the Arabics? Oh, is you doing what Master do? Master happy, we happy, right? Yeah, forget that crap. But here's the promise. Here's the promise that Esau kept. So we're going to go to the book of Genesis. Go back to the book of Genesis, chapter 27, verse 42. Let's stop at verse 40. We're going to start at verse 40, but just to get a little recap. It comes from part 1. Now remember, the blessings went to Jacob. It was always supposed to go to Jacob. There was never no sin with Rebecca so-called lying, disguising Jacob as Esau. Because you know why? The Most High God wanted it to happen. The Most High God said the angel said, no, this is how it's going to go down. And it happened. And let alone, let alone the fool, he sold his birthright. You know what I'm saying? He sold his birthright and he said, I despise it. It will not profit me. You know what I'm saying? And then he lied on his brother, saying, my brother tricked me. Nigga, you say you didn't want it. It didn't profit you. You understand? But let's get to the promise. Go to the book of Genesis, chapter 27, verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of his blessings, wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the day of mourning of my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. I'm going to read this one more time. Because this is the promise right here. This is the promise. This is the promise that Esau said, and Esau gave to his children. And his little disgusting dog, smelly, hairy, red, fecal-eating children, gave to his children. To generation, to generation, to generation, to generation. To the time of Moses we just read, all the way now to 2022. This hatred, this bloodlust. Let's read again. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessings wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the day of mourning of my father are at hand. He's done mourning his father because this is the time when Esau, time when Isaac was on his deathbed. He was going to leave this world, of course, come back again, in case you know. Regeneration, reincarnation is in the scriptures. The Most High God is the God, the living. Not the dead and in homosexual Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Not the dead. The God of the living. You die, you come back through your seed. So Isaac, Abraham, all the prophets, besides Christ and Elijah is here. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they all here. Moses here somewhere, Haitian walking around. You understand? I mean, Paul somewhere, Benjamin. You know what I'm saying? Walking around. You know, it's beautiful. You know what I mean? But this is the promise. This is the promise the spirit of Esau has, and it trickled down to the generations of him wanting to kill. I mean, Slocky, not Jacob. Esau has the one to kill his brother. The hatred, the bloodlust. You understand? This is the promise, and he's kept his promise. In 2022, all the way from there to now, he kept his promise. There's not a story you won't find where Europeans are not killing us in the Americas. Look at slavery. Let's look at slavery, the atrocity of slavery, which no other race of people went through. So when they talk about the Holocaust, 6 million, 6 million Jews, yeah, it happened. It happened. Sad. Doesn't compare to our plight though. Doesn't compare. And you know something? You still get justice to this day. Recently, a 100-year-old Nazi is being prosecuted in Israel. Probably got shot in the head on the way there. You know what I'm saying? Where's our justice? Where's the justice for Tulsa, Oklahoma, for Black Wall Street? Where's the justice? Waiting. Our justice is when our King Yahushua Mashiach, annually known as Jesus Christ, when he comes back and cracks the sky with his 200 million angels. That's our justice. And for the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we almost come back to the Most High God and follow his laws, statutes, commandments. Because the worst thing you want to hear from Christ our King is, I know you not. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. That's my first biggest fear. I'm afraid of that. And it should cause you not to sin and cause you to do this work. To come back to your culture. To know who you are and who your enemy is and how Esau's keeping his promise. He hates you, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. He calls the Taino Indian and the Dominican Republic, he calls them a Dominican, which means dog. It means dog. You understand? It's crazy. He calls you dog. The Spaniard calls you dog. And he, all right, I'm Dominican. You know what I'm saying? Calls us Jamaican. I forget. I'm a Benjamin. My father's from Jamaica. I forget what Jamaican means, but I guarantee you something disgusting and downright degrading. You know what I'm saying? He called the Judite African American. He really messed with our brother. The Judite brothers had, how you two nations in one land? Name after two Edomites. You know what I'm saying? So we have to get back to our culture. Realize and understand why the things he's doing to us because he has a hatred for us. His forefather Esau said he's going to kill us. You understand? Let's get to verse 42. Verse 42, Salakia. And these words of Esau, her eldest son, were told. So, yeah, Salakia, were told to Rebekah. So Esau, this is Salakia. Oh man, it's crazy because let me read it again. Verse 42. And these words of Esau, her eldest son, were told to Rebekah. Esau, and this goes to tell you how wicked he is. It goes to say how wicked he is, and at the same time, Rebekah knows now why the Lord chose Jacob. Imagine that mother hearing that shit. You can imagine it red. Red. I'm talking about pocket for red. You know what I'm saying? Red. Looking at your boy with all the anger and hatred in his face. I'm gonna kill that mother. Straight up. Her heart was probably pounding, and then click. I see why the Lord chose him. I see why the Lord chose him. And she had to be scared. This is a man in the field. Blessed but swore, I like to hunt. So he's a broly man, hairy, ready to pounce and kill. And he's capable. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord has mercy for Jacob. The Lord has mercy for the 12 tribes of Israel. And it's written in the scriptures. And you see and you're going to see it. You're seeing it now. For the brothers and sisters in the IHBK, you have gotten the mercy of the Most High God. You just got to endure to the end. Endure everything. The fact we chose the truth, the fact the Most High God showed his face with the truth, and I should became the commander during Johanna, that's our mercy. Giving us life. These dry bones got meat, muscle, nerves, blood vessels. We're alive again. We're living in IHBK because we have the breath of life, the laws of God. You understand? But again, it's a lot. And she sent and called Jacob, her youngest son, and said unto him, Behold, thy brother Esau is touching thee. Thou confront himself, proposing to kill thee. So then, we read right here, Rebekah tells Jacob. Rebekah tells Jacob, yo, your brother's going to kill you. Understand? Your brother's going to kill you. Your brother has a vendetta for you. He's bloodlust for you. He wants you off this world. He doesn't want you breathing the same air you're breathing. He can't sleep knowing that you're walking the same earth as him. He wants to unalive you. And this is the promise Esau has. And he's keeping his word today. He's keeping his word today, not with the sword, the gun. He's keeping his word today with the drugs he put in America. He's keeping his word today by incarcerating us. He's keeping his word today by putting the homosexual agenda in our music, in our movies. You understand? He's keeping his word today with Planned Parenthood. He's keeping his word today by throwing us in impoverished communities with no resources. No, you know what I'm saying? He's keeping his word by all means to make sure we die. It evolved from just swinging a blade and pulling the trigger to pen work, to the pen. That's crazy. It went from swinging a blade to pulling the trigger with this right here to kill us. You know what I'm saying? Making new laws, the RICO law. You know what I'm saying? The 3-strike law. You know what I'm saying? Gay rights. It would sound crazy if you're outside the truth, but when you get into the truth, which is the ISUPK, the only Israelite group on the command and journey of honor, it makes sense. It makes sense why all these years they had our foot on our necks. Why they have a 400 head start and they mock us, not just blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians too. They mock us when they tell us, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. How? A 500-year head start. How is that possible? America still has cotton money. The United States of America still have slave money. It didn't go nowhere. You think it depleted? No, they stingy. No, that money is still around in vaults. You know what I'm saying? So then where's our cut? Where's our justice? We're not going to get no piece of that pie because we're dealing with a beast who said he's going to slay his brother Jacob. And Jacob is Israel because his name got changed to Israel when he wrestled an angel. And Israel means prince of power. Every so-called black, Hispanic, Native American man, woman, or child is a prince of power. And the power is the Most High God, Yahweh in Hebrew. We are his chosen people. You understand? We have to understand this beast does not like us. He wants to slay us every chance he gets. If not with the gun, the pen, man. And sometimes, 90% of the time, this pen will mess your head up. Them writing the law, you know what I'm saying? Our policy, you know what I'm saying? This pen is sometimes more deadly than the sword right now in 2022 to go against blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Ask the Gadite brothers, the Reubenite brothers, the so-called treaties they use with this pen that they broke. You know what I'm saying? They are dishonorable people. So let's get back to scripture. Let's go to the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 7, verse 13. Because these people, these same disgusting people, have no honor for who they are. They won't change for nothing. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 17. Or Slocking. The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 7, verse 13. Consider the work of God. For who he made for who can make that straight which he made crooked? You understand? This is a parable. This is talk about Esau. He made Esau crooked. You know what I'm saying? He made Esau crooked. Like how Slocky. 1 second. I gotta get this verse for you, so 1 second. Slocky, bear with me, Israel. Bear with me. Okay. Well, I'm gonna paraphrase it. Slocky. He made Esau crooked. Because like the scripture says, I'm paraphrasing, he made one vessel of honor and the other vessel for dishonor. The vessel for honor is blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. That vessel is Jacob. You understand? Jacob was the honorable vessel. You understand? For the Lord has chosen him with the blessings and the promise of ruling the land, the promise of ruling the planet. A mighty nation will come from his loins, and that is every so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian. Now, the work of the Salakia, the work of the Most High God, how can you make something dishonorable, which is Esau, who the Most High God made dishonorable, how can you make that straight? How can you teach him to share? You understand? How can you teach him to love? You understand? How can you teach him to be considerate and compassionate as a so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian? How can you teach this man to be compassionate like our Gadite and Reubenite brothers? Be as compassionate as they were when these nasty, disgusting, stink pilgrims came off the boat. Showed them, gave them food, shelter, showed them how to cook. And you reward them by slaughtering them. Called it Thanksgiving. And you as an Israelite who's in the truth, you look down upon for not celebrating that holiday. And you ain't slick. I don't celebrate that holiday. You touch that food on that heathen holiday day, you're celebrating Thanksgiving. You drink the Kool-Aid on that day. They made specifically on that damn day. You celebrate Thanksgiving. But the point is, blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indian, and this goes for those Christian brothers who want to save the oppressor, the white man that can't, we blazing on him. Want to save him. Oh, they ask that stupid question. What about the white man? You don't ask that question when it comes to the China man, the Arabic man, the African man. You care about massa. Massa's going to die. Massa's going in slavery. And if you keep playing, you're gonna share the same fate. No, you might just die. It's a lot. You are gonna go. So when we say stop trying to save this man, the Most High God saying he's crooked. You cannot make straight what he made crooked. There's nothing you can do. You can't teach this man who wants to kill you, who has no problem throwing your baby down a ditch. His forefathers had your babies for alligator bait. You understand? His forefathers during slavery cut the baby out the womb, killed the mother, and stomped on the baby's head. You don't think you don't think neo-Nazis and skinheads can't wait to do that again? When you see make America great again, that's what they mean. Those good old days. When you hear these old, nasty, disgusting oppressors, the Europeans say, back in the good old days, that's the good old days. When you had to laugh in a laughing box. When they kill you, take your skin and make shoes, purses, lampshade sheets. You know what I'm saying? That's the good old days. When they sat back and the children of Israel worked and made this disgusting nation rich. That's the good old days. And it sickens me when I see Israelites, blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, when they was rallying at Trump rallies. You know what I'm saying? When they say shoot stupid stuff, Salaki, I just want to say other word, stupid stuff like, yeah, we need Trump back. No, it don't matter what oppressor's in office. One's gonna tell you we hate you, we're gonna do this, and one's gonna rock you to sleep. Republican and Democrat. Poison. No matter what you choose, it's poison. But you have to understand that the Esau is keeping his word, keeping his promise. You understand? So let's go to the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 13. Because again, the Most High God made this man crooked. The Most High God said he's a dishonorable vessel. You understand? The Most High God's telling us everything about this oppressor, and we don't want to believe it. We don't want to believe that they're not all bad. You know what I'm saying? And here's what's disgusting when our people says that they're not all bad, but you go to a party, right? And you know us, we're cursed, we're lost. A fight breaks out, or someone shoots in the head. See, you can't go nowhere good. You can't go nowhere good. It's always fighting. They always fighting. We are cursed people. You have no compassion or love for your people. You are a traitor. You don't love your people. You can't see that and be like, yo, we are lost people. We need help. But you forgive this nasty beast for slavery. You forgive this nasty beast for putting drugs in our country and then made RICO laws. And the reason why you ain't got no damn daddy in your house, because what he did, putting guns in the community. You know what I'm saying? Destroying hip hop, what we created, by putting his little disgusting fingers on that. You forgive him for that, but you won't forgive your brother? You won't forgive your brother when the God himself is saying, yo, I put a curse on y'all. You act this way, and this happens to you because you did not listen to me. But you too shallow with ID. You just don't forgive your brother because you don't love your people. And they out there, darker than me, lighter than me, saying a person. They out there, them sample people. And it sickens me. You understand? That you don't have love for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. That you want to be in this big old melting pot, not knowing that in that melting pot, for everyone to come together, Israelites have to suffer. We have to be at the bottom of the totem pole. If not, we the firewood at the goddamn Kumbaya camp. But you so stupid and ignorant to know that, not knowing that, because of Christianity, belief in the world, the same world the Most High God hates, and He hates the people who are ruling this world. Here's the precept. We're going to go to the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 13, and it says, "As it is written." When it says "as it is written," because this is Paul. This is New Testament. You know what I'm saying? New Testament he couldn't have read the New Testament because Paul didn't know he was going to be New Testament. So when it says "as it's written," these are all the prophets and all before him. Moses, you know what I mean? Joshua, Ezekiel, Elisha, you know what I'm saying? All of them, Daniel, you know what I mean? Solomon, King David, before Paul. So when it says, as it is written, Jacob have I loved. And Jacob is the progenitor of blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians again. Israelites have I loved. But Esau, your German, your Englishman, your Portuguese, your Spaniard, your Italian, your Frenchman, your Australian, he's Esau, your Australian man, whatever. Austrian man, your Swiss man, you know what I mean, from the Netherlands, your Russian, your Ukrainian, your Turkish man. Esau, but Esau have I hated. The Most High God hates Esau. The Most High God wants nothing to do with Esau. And this is not my word. When you see those angry black men, because yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, oppression maketh the wise man angry. We're wise to know that we're being oppressed. Those brothers that go out there every Friday, Saturday, you know what I'm saying? Go out there and blaze and tell Israel her sins and tell Israel we're the chosen people and tell Israelites to love yourselves. We're not a hate group. We're a love group for telling blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans we must come together and love each other and forgive each other. And know there's a people out there who wants us dead. There's a people out there who knows how special we are. There's a people out there who've taken our identity. There's a people out there who knows the very God who created this earth, this universe, the moon, the stars, the oceans, everything we see on this planet, everything. That power that only God has a chosen people. And the chosen people are being shot down in the street. The chosen people are in the cages on the border. The chosen people have had over 170 or 180 trees broken. God shows them these people have bywords. You understand? These so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are God's people. These so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are God's people, and the world knows it. Europeans know it. And it's high time for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians to hop on this. We are in the end times. The rivers of the river Euphrates is dry. That's a prophecy in Revelations. That's a prophecy in like this is real. If you're a black, Hispanic, Native American Indians, you need to come to the doors of the IHUPK. The Lord dwells there. Salakia, the IHUPK under command and journey Johanna. Get back your culture. Get back your truth. Endure to the end. Choose life. And prove you want life by enduring whatever the Most High God get throws at you. Because you know what? You've been disgusting. I've been disgusting for 30 some years. I'm 2 years old in the truth. Yahshua and Yahweh is 2 years old in the truth. Rakatha Yahweh Yahweh Shah. Understand? And it's time for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians to get back home and take their identity and know who your enemy is and know he's keeping his word. He's killing blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians out there. And the only way to stop that is coming back to the laws and statutes, commandments of the Most High God. You know what I'm saying? We ask God, God, talk to me. I want an answer. God, talk to me. He's talking to us. But that's my time. I'm Priest and Officer 50 Yahshua Miala. This is the ISUPK, Command of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, on the Command and Journey of Honor. And since 1969, we've been letting the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians know who they are, according to the Bible, that we are the true Jews, the Israelites. This is the ISUPK Long Island class. Shalom, Israel.